So the tool I enjoyed working with RLG the most on was the Boardwalk.
We employed boardwalks at both our line maintenance locations and in our base maintenance locations.
My favorite process, and the one that I think has the biggest impact on kind of the day-to-day operations of the refinery, is the boardwalks.
And so this is really a simple concept that's very effective. And so when I was president of refining, I would go visit a facility, and if that facility was planning a major turnaround, they would put up poster boards around the conference room, and various employees that were responsible for planning a given part of the turnaround would talk to the president of manufacturing about what their key metrics were.
And it's important that the senior leadership take part in some of these boardwalk reviews, because that sets the tone and the example that we are engaged, that we are interested in the process improvements that the frontline employees are engaged in.
They brought the boardwalk to us. We get that down into the organization, into each maintenance group, into each unit. These are where the employees that are doing the work can stand there in front of that board and explain to management how they're doing, what their performance is against their KPIs, where their areas of concern are.
Not only was it informative to me, but what I enjoyed even more was to watch the pride of the people who were making these presentations. These are oftentimes first-line supervisor individuals, and the pride they had in the work they were doing, that was very rewarding for me. And so I think it was a win-win. The work got scheduled, was executed with excellence, and the employees felt good about what they were doing.
To me, that's one of the biggest things. I mean, I like all their tools. I think they're well thought out. The TMP process is an excellent process. But the boardwalk is one that I personally enjoyed, because I could go into the refinery. I could meet with the individuals that were doing the work. We had something that we could have an exchange about. They felt comfortable with, I felt comfortable with, and we could improve their performance.
It was interesting to me in both Europe and the United States to see how our employees reacted when they saw an executive in the room, looking at their schedule, looking at their story, where they had identified their potential issues, and turn those perceived weaknesses and some strengths into a rallying cry.
And put that on a poster board, real clear to see whether, hey, we're on target, we're below target, we're doing better than target. And so it was real clear for me as a leader to see how we're doing, and we would go around the room looking at each section of the turnaround.
It really creates an environment where you can have one-on-one talks after the boardwalks, or questions during the boardwalks around the business and what they're doing to improve your business.
What I really enjoyed was the pride of a person who worked their way up from a mechanic working on the tools, and now is responsible for all the pre-shutdown work on this hydrocracker turnaround. And he can stand in front of the president of manufacturing and say, hey, look, Gary, I'm ahead of schedule. And that's what I really liked about using the boardwalk process.
I think that communication, connecting the front line to the bottom line, really did pay off.